I'm doing my biggest acrylic painting yet. I'm also doing what will be probably my longest video on the channel so far. You see, my family's been encouraging me to explain how I'm doing what I'm doing rather than just what I'm doing. And since college is starting up soon, which means my update schedule is gonna get wonky, I figured I'd make one really big video for you guys to enjoy. So, I'm not gonna be speeding this video up, or at least I don't intend to. The only real editing I'm probably gonna do is put some music on here, but we'll see how that goes. I've mentioned before that my grandfather was an artist, and amongst many other things, he left me a bunch of paint. All of this probably isn't even a fraction of the amount of paint we have in this house, but for now, we're gonna start with these two. Pretty much all of the paint we have is this Createx airbrush acrylic paint, and while it is airbrush paint, you can use it for however many other things you want to use it with. It's paint. What I am using these two different blues for at the moment is to mix with some water because we're going to need a lot of paint for this. A lot of blue paint especially. Take this brush, dip in here, swirl around good. Get the blue juice all over it. We're going to start at the top, on the corners, and probably have way, and I probably shouldn't have watered it down as much, but oh well. We don't necessarily do things the smartest way here. Do things the way I think they will work properly in the moment. Reload some more paint juice. Let it drip out a little bit so we're not as waterlogged. I'm gonna come up from this corner. Catch that before it drips as much. Might have been a good idea to dampen the canvas first, but again, don't always do things necessarily the smartest way, but it tends to work out. Painting is hard to irreversibly mess up, I've figured out. Reload paint again, and drip it out, so it's not, gonna run as bad. There we go. We're gonna leave that there and that strip there. Repaint. Let it drip. Try and get it a little darker up here. We're just gonna keep going like this for a minute. Dampening this brush, drying it out a little bit, and working in some more blue. Just flicking it up on here. Going back and forth, sometimes at a bit of an angle. Dribble out the juicy bits. Come back to the top. Keep working in a bit more blue up here. Sweep it when it starts to drip. And we're just gonna keep going like this. Load it up. Dribble it out. Start a little lower. And spread it out good. Catch it where it started to drip there. Just keep going back and forth. Where it started to accumulate there, we're just gonna give it a little sweep. A little sweep. Keep going like that right here. A little sweep there. Sweep up here. Smooth that out a bit. Load up, drip out, sweep up towards the top. I'm gonna sweep upwards this time. Hopefully that'll catch anything that drips and then bring it back up. Now once it's slightly dried a little, we're gonna spread it out a bit more, spread it out a bit more. Just keep smoothing it out. Dip and swirl, let it drip. Tilt the brush like this, let it get down to the bristle some. Now we are going to do up here. And just keep going as we have been. Smooth that out there. Smooth that out a bit. Without reloading it, we're going to come over here and just lightly come in like this in these open spots. Fuzzy that out a bit. Alright, start to accumulate here. We're just gonna lightly swoop it back up and to the side. Smooth it out. Now, because we don't want as much bleed through on the bottom, we are going to do it as just the solid paint. Maybe slightly watered, but for the moment, get that mixed how I want it. There we go. Gonna come in, make a little line right there. And then just start sweeping in. Load up with the paint again, both sides of the bushel. And on the other side, we're gonna do the same, but I might need to get more paint. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get more paint first. So, one little drop of the dark, bit more of the lighter. Too much of the lighter, honestly, but oh well. The one issue with using the older paint is that it either comes out all at once or not enough. But here's what it is. You can get the brush loaded up nice again. Come over here. Back and forth. Just sweep it in towards the center. Sweep it in. And just lightly flick. Let's get some more over here. We're gonna tilt this canvas a bit more forwards and load up a bit more paint. Come here on the bottom. Keep sweeping it in. Bit more paint. Sweep it all in. Tilt it a bit more. Load up the paint. Try to do this a little lighter so I don't nudge it back again. We're gonna sweep upwards. Just keep going like this. Quick light swipes up. Get the area on the bottom there. And just lightly flick. Now we're going to dip in our blue juice, wipe it out a little, a bit more than a little, and just more than I want it. I'm just going to quickly take this paper towel, lightly dab at it to pull the paint off. I'm going to take the brush, make sure it's mostly dry, and then just sweep back and forth again to smooth that. And then fix right here a bit. All right, now up here we're still using the dry brush. We're just gonna come in like this, pull it away where it was pooling there, sweep that up a bit, and then right there where my finger messed with it, put a little daub of white down, and then I'm gonna take this scrunkled piece of Kleenex, get the white on it, come over to here, then just start to dab. Load it up, dab. Load it up, dab. Load it up, load it up. Put some more white paint down. Load up the Kleenex, and dab. Dab. up the Kleenex. Light dabbage. Kleenex, we're gonna lightly dab over here. A little right here. Load it up. Lightly dab. Alright. There. Sorry, my camera wasn't on it. Little dab right there. Load up. And oh, right here. There. Almost forgot about right there. Need more white paint again. Put down another splotch. Turn off the one thing that happens with the camera after I stop this recording. There's some little setting in this camera that makes it go fuzzy unless I keep turning it off. I don't know why. Keep dabbing at that. Another scoop. Another light dab. And just a little streak there. Tap a bit. Let's go. Need a little more paint. Isn't English. I'm mumbled. Said I need a little more white paint. Go right here. And dab and smudge it out. Kind of get us, pinch this little, kind of get a tail going out there. There we go. Little dabbage here. Refill our white paint a bit. Keep smudging that out. Yep. Let's go to a cleaner area because I'm starting to pick up a bunch of blue. And keep working right there for a second. Get some more paint. And sploosh it out a bit. There we go. And one more time right here. There we go. And draw all that off the fingers because it's going to get all over your fingers. Now we're going to take this brush, take a little bit of the white, the lighter blue, and mix it with that white we had. I'm going to have to do that a couple times. We're going to come to the very edge. That did not work how I hoped. Put a bit more white paint down, get it, and now probably going to have to smooth that. Shoot. Not quite what I wanted there, but yeah. Lightly sweep it. It just blends it together a bit better. Alright, not what I initially intended there, but that works. Into the brush a little. Sweep the paint juice off. Dab it on a paper towel. I'm going to take as small a drop as I can get of that green. Some of this brown. And a gloop of a blue. Okay, we want a bit more of the blue. Yeah, okay, the rest of the blue, pretty much. And apparently the washing machine's done. That's what that beep was. Let's do a little bit more of the brown. Tiny bit of the white. There we go. Yeah, that's about where I want it. Now, over here, we're just gonna tap out some lines. That one can be a little angled. One more about right here. Now we're gonna lightly angling the brush, go kind of like that. Let's take that up just a bit. And we're gonna essentially do the same thing here. Tapping it at some angle. Tap it at an angle. Do a little, yeah, more. Tap it at the bit of an alternating angle. Not trying to go super detailed here. Just something kind of like that. Then we're gonna go like so. And we're gonna swoop it down, more so where there's the trees. Quickly rinse our brush. Try and get as much of that off as we can. We're gonna switch back to the blue brush and we're just gonna, right there. Just fuzz that around a bit. Come back in, do some more light tapping. Like to get a little bit more of that paint. Put right here. It's a little waterier now, but we're gonna tab in a bit more that way. Swipe it over, swipe it over. Lightly tap things, kind of just wherever feels right. I'm gonna do a few little dot lines right there. Very lightly poke around over here. A little more of a indication over here. Not as heavy as I did previously. Now the dishwasher's beeping. Over here. Alright. I'm gonna take that brown from before. This brush. Get a little bit of it on there. Dry it off a little. We're just gonna poke at it here and there. A bit more of the paint on there. Then we're gonna keep going like so. Dab some more paint on there, actually a little less than that. Try it off a touch. Lightly tap that in where it feels appropriate. Get a bit more of that brown. Tap it in as appropriate. Branch off there a little. All right. Rinse that out a little. Take that lighter green, put a drop of it right there. Take a little bit of my darker mush. Mix a little bit of a lighter version of it. We're gonna come in and tap along some spots. Again, wherever it feels appropriate. Mostly towards the top of branches. I'm gonna need to thicken that up first. Slide the brush a bit. Get it again, I had it too watery. It's okay if it gets a little muddled. But the goal is to get a little bit of a lighter green in here. As appropriate. Let's take a little of the darker, put it. A little of the lighter. A little of the lighter. Alright. We're going to take our biggest brush, dip in the blue juice, and then dry it off a bit. Sweep the blue juice off. And then we're just going to very lightly sweep up all of that. Once the sweep to the side, very lightly. A little bit of blue over all of that. Very thin amount. Try and smooth that. Actually, if I just use my thumb. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna load it up with some more of the blue juice. Lightly tap it in the white. Keep working some of the white in there. Now we're just gonna, oop. Okay, this is not the right brush for that. Before we move to that though, we're gonna swap out the water. Probably clean this one out better. It's just instantly greenified that again, but oh well. Dry the brush out. Now we're going to take that same very white blue, just kind of get on the very edge, sharpen it up a bit. Now we are going to lightly tap along like so, do a little smudgy shuffle. Quite like what happened to my trees when I brushed it with blue, so I'm going to take a little bit more of my darker and then just come in like so. Bring some of that back in a few spots. Probably shouldn't have done the swipe of the blue if I'm being honest, but yeah. Try something new every time. If it works, great. If not, you know not to do it again. Actually, we're going to add a few more little fuzzy, especially fuzzied indicators that there are stuff in the background there, even further back. Just making vaguely tree-ish shapes. They're super fuzzed out because they're in the back, so it doesn't really matter if they look anything more than vaguely tree-like. There we go. Here's where that dark green was. Lots of the brown there. Little tiny drop of the green and a little specklet of the white. Dab it all over this brush. And we're just gonna come and go from like here. And swipe it a bit. And we're just swipe here. Swipe that up. And just kind of blend it all out. Sharpen up the edge there a little. Now we're going to take this green, load the same brush without rinsing it, and in the thinner areas, I'm just going to dab it in. Just sporadically tapping it into the areas where the blue pokes through. Get a little more of it. I'm just gonna lightly sweep it a bit. Try not to fully change the look of it, just lightly smooth it a bit. Keep dabbing out different. Just keep dabbing it in. We're going to take our first green, put a drop of it there, blorb those around, take a little bit of that green in, mix it in, a little bit more of the brown, something like that. Yeah, something like that. All right. Want that to be darker. Hang on. Taking the tiniest drop, well, not as tiny as I'd hope, but a tiny little drop of black. Mix it in with that. A little more black. That darkens it a bit more. Go like that, and then lightly gonna flick that into over here. Do a little turning motion here, get us a little mound. Just write that down there. Bring that curve, make it a bit thicker. Bring more of that color in over to here. Yeah, okay. Our paint can or rinsing water and the brush, rinse them out together. And soft looking so muddied. It starts just looking like normal colored water. We're going to brush most of the moisture off of this. Accidentally get some of the black on it, but that's actually not that big of a deal if I can still thin it off mostly. There we go. Now with a little bit of moisture that's still on here, slightly, yeah, there we go. There we go. Get some of that color. Yep. All right. A little bit right there. All right. Rinse it. Swipe it. Still got the black, so rinse it again. Swipe it. Take a little dab of the white. And do that again. Like so. There you go. Dump and rinse the water again. And the brush. This one hand is tricky. Fill that back up. We're gonna glorp some green out here. Mix it with the residual darker greens. Something about like that. Actually, let's take a tiny drop of the black. Yeah, more than that. Yeah, more than that. There we go. Start about here. And just kind of do a dabby slide. There's a dab and swipe to the side. Dab and swipe. Come down like that, it's fine. Dab and swipe. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Swipe. Just keep doing little slight swipes like that. There we go. Reload the paint, and we're going to do another smaller one starting here. Side swiping. Flare that out a bit more. Take it up a bit. Swipe, 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 swipe. There we go. Get the lighter green on this thinner brush. Do kind of like this on the edges. Good glob of that green because I'm going to need a decent bit. Wipe the edges a bunch. Rotate the brush to get the paint on both sides used. Bit of paint and come up here. Start on the other side. Scoop some of that off. Down here. I'm now sitting down, so there's a different bit of an angle here. Camera wise. We're just gonna keep coming in and doing these. And just do a little light intermittent tappage here and there. Reload the paint and start on this one. Thought I touched it. Swipe. Swipe. Dab the paint. Again, just some random dots towards the center trunk. And just swipe that left and right. Take it off like that. Little left right swipage to the very top. And take a drop of the black, or it's not black, but dark brown. Said the wrong thing. Don't bother cleaning, we're just gonna come here and go like so. And a little dot there, little bit there, little bit there, little dot there, a bit there. Here, there, and like so, like that. Here we're going to do the same, little dot at the top, coming down here. I'm looking for spots where it looks relatively thin in the green, where you can see a little bit of the blue in it towards the center, and that's where I'm putting my trunk dots, for lack of a better way of calling those. Trunk indicators. The brown, that's the tree trunk. You kind of get what I mean. At least I'd hope you get what I mean. Match, and just swipe down along the edge there. Get some more brown. Solidify the edge line. Do a little dot there. See how thick that is. Nice solid edge. That needs a bit more trunk indication. Also, that trunk needs to be wider. Bit longer too. Just gonna lightly come in everywhere the blue kind of shines through some more. Like over here. A little bit right there. A little bit more over here. Here. A little bit like so, like so. Up here. Oh, camera's too low. Here, here, a little bit there. Yeah. There we go. We're gonna take this brush. It's okay, that still has a little bit of blue on it, at least it should be. Doesn't seem to have affected the color there too much. So we're gonna go to the darker bluish spots here and just flick up. In fact, we're going to do pretty much just all over, actually. Even to right there. Get a little bit more paint. Try to get the paint just on the very edge of the brush. Pick up. And we're just very lightly tapping and flicking up. Do it. Pretty much everywhere. At least everywhere on this spot. I'm gonna take some of that and actually grab a touch of the darker, get a slightly different shade. Then do the same. Lightly press, flick up. Especially on the base, on tree there. Press, flick up. I get the green on it, the lighter green on it decently. Then we're going to take some from the dark, kind of blend the two a bit. At the very edge of our hill here, do what we've been doing, just angled. At least that's the intent. Lightly press, flick up. Press and flick up. And we're just going to keep doing that with this color. All around a bit too. Till I'm out of paint on the brush. Press, flick up. I have never actually used this technique until just now, but that actually works pretty well, I'd say. Because I'm liking the look of that. Let's do it again with the lighter green in a couple spots. Patio door. Guess someone's letting dogs out. There we go. That's actually pretty nice. A bit more of the darker here. And add some more. Flick up, flick up. Yeah. Do it here too. Yeah. You know what? Let's just lightly dab a couple colors here, get it very faint. And we're gonna come over to here and just yeah. Take it all the way out. We can also just kind of go, or at least I thought we could kind of go, yeah. Lightly do that to imply something over there. Okay, I need a little bit of paint to do that to work. So we're just gonna lightly get that on there. Then we'll just lightly rub. A little bit of something there. And gather some more of the lighter green over here. Just kind of try and get some of that in there. That's not working, so I need a different brush. Go with this brush. Grab some of that green. And a little something over there. It was a little too bluish. There we go. I think I'm gonna do a few more of the flick upping with the lighter green over along the hill edge. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit better. Some of the green on here. I'm just gonna come in a bit more on some spots over here. Get some more of this. And we're gonna come over here because I'm being honest, these trees are just kind of scuffed. So we're just gonna come in like that a bit. Change them up a bit. Get some other color in there. Do that over here too. Get a little bit more over here on those. And I'm going to take this and dab. Now pull just a little bit off. And that kind of makes them a bit better. A little bit of blue in here. Kind of just that. Yeah. Just squiggle over them a little. Twist the brush around a bit. Get a little fuzziness to them. That makes that look far better. Far better. I'll grab some of this here. Try and sharpen this brush a little. And we're just gonna lightly come here and just lightly sweep some of this across the top edge. On that tree spot there. Yeah. Lightly water this down a bit. Dab it. Get a bit of paint. A little bit of water down. Now we're gonna lightly correct that a bit now that we've shifted the color. And do a little light dot there, a little bit of stuff there. There we go. These brushes in the rinse buckets of the sink again. These are rinsed. We're going to take a little bit of that white again into that blue. Now we're going to come on the water and just then we're just going to slightly sweep it a bit. Add a bit more white mixed with the blue. Correct right here where it's off. Put more of white down. Dip the brush in the leftover blue juice. That's not what I wanted. So we're gonna take the dabs and take that off quickly or messes something up. All right. Dry that off a bit. Put another drop of the white down. It was too much of a blue. This, on the other hand, should be a bit better. I just lightly do some more of that here and there. That over here, 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 and do a little more there. quite happy with one of my clouds, so I'm going to get a little bit of this going, a little bit more white. And then right here, oh, come on, a bit more white. There we go. And spread it out. Again, slightly connected. Come down here a little. Smooth that a little. Give it more white. Take it into here. Connect those. Do a little over here, a little there. Ah, that's a bit better. Take this brush, rinse it a bit. Take my darkest green area, and we're just gonna kinda on those lighter ones. And then we're gonna grab my dab towel again, because I think that was a bit too liquidy. So we're just gonna tap them. Take some of it off, and lightly tap them again. Come back with the dab towel again. Next. Okay, let's try and squeegee this out a little. There we go. Now just dead center, little, now mess with it a bit. Again, dab it, because I think I might have just made a mistake in doing that. But, you know, mistakes are how you learn. Nah, actually I do think that looks better looking back from out here. I need to lightly catch right here because it looked like it was bubbling. Alright. Do I want to do anything else? Not sure. Feels a little empty still, but I'm not sure what I want to do. Do know though that I need to come right here, clean this right here up a little, put back in some green. There we go. I think this is what I'm going to call it. It still feels like it needs a little something, but I'm not sure what. And I have a bad habit of adding too much in when I don't need to, so yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. Yeah, there's a reason I normally speed my videos way up and then do my commentary in post. But if you've sat through till this point, I hope you liked it, both in the emotive sense and the pushing of the button sense. My uploads are going to become a lot more sporadic now that college has started back up, so I have no idea if the next video will be tomorrow or 3 weeks from now. So yeah, hope this one tides you over. Also, if I sound tired, it's because it's almost midnight at this point.